That was a loud one that time. Time for another game theory video. Remember, if you like these kind of videos, like, sub, silly, comment, whatever. Helps the channel. Spread the word. I'm just going to do voiceover because I'm sick and tired. So, I want to talk about something. Kind of like makes me think about it. A lot of time I talk about these game theory videos. Excuse me, I talk about, correlation doesn't equal causation. A lot of people aren't prepared for a real conversation or can't even have one. And I also saw the term recently, Thintelligence. I haven't seen this in a while. And Thintelligence, apparently, after I heard it, I haven't heard that word in a while. And I guess it's actually from the book Jurassic Park, actually, from Michael Crichton, or however you say his name. It's not in the movie, but Thintelligence, it's kind of like the idea of, being really narrow-minded, and super focused on something, only able to see something immediately in front of you, but you don't actually see the bigger picture, the consequences. Thintelligence, right? And there's certainly a lot of thintelligent... I actually think that's even too strong. I would just say fucking retards, but there's a lot of thintelligent people in the video game community, and it really even shows again, even with Strive. Right? Let's look what happened with Strive right now. There's supposed to be this Strive beta, and I guess a couple of them got canceled or something because of COVID shit, right? Well, this recent Strive beta, what do you see? Do you remember this last developer's blog, which was hilarious, that they finally admitted that jumping was too strong and there was going to be whatever wording that they used, that there's going to be drastic, noticeable changes after this, right? Which is ridiculous because, again, I pointed that out, from the very first footage, that this was obvious that this is a complete clusterfuck. The fundamentals of this game, the fundamentals are the most important thing about a game, right? You need to be able to see a broad spectrum, but there's too many, again, for sake of making this video a little bit different, using a different terminology, the intelligent people out there, right? And of course, there's all these shills and all this kind of stuff like, oh yeah, we knew jumping was too strong all the time, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, then who the fuck was my videos for this whole time? I was calling you guys out as being absolute fucking retards. You know what I mean? But what do you see in this beta? You know what you see when I saw Twitter? People are like, oh, Leo can't do this combo anymore. Oh, when you hit the person, they fall down faster, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, don't you think that the most thing that you should be focusing on is, did they fix the fundamental problem of this game that Clayton pointed out from day one footage, that this was going to be a problem about the game? That you guys were too fucking retarded to see? Why is no one fucking talking about that? Like, do you realize how fucking retarded people are? And so I pointed out, and there was some lemming posted on my Twitter. He's like, oh, well, you know what? They didn't say they were going to fix it this beta. It's going to be for the final one. So you know what? I knew someone was going to be that fucking retarded, but you know what? I have an answer to you, fucking lemming. Why the fuck would you have a new beta? Why isn't the whole idea of this beta to be testing these quotation marks, new changes and all this kind of stuff? So you're going to put out a new beta, but you're not going to put in all the changes to actually test? Does that make any fucking sense to you? Of course, it only made sense to this fucking idiot and any other retard that probably believes this shit. Like, I don't understand why people suck the dick of someone that they're giving money to. You're basically being paid to pre-test or beta test this game for these people, which is absolutely ridiculous. How the fuck did people... This game is like, what a clusterfuck, right? COVID is basically... Can you imagine if COVID did not happen? Can you imagine if this game actually came out when it was supposed to? Like, what if they've been beta testing for a year and a half, dude? This game is already, like I said, not new. It's old at this point. It's not new. It's not exciting. The writing was on the wall right at the very beginning, right? It's like you could tell if you actually weren't a thintelligent person, if you weren't so fucking narrow-minded, you could actually see the problems with this game. You know what I mean? And it's like, so you're going to make a beta. You just did a whole developer's interview where you're like, oh yeah, we're switching it. Don't worry, it's going to be different now. And then you're going to put a beta, but you're not going to put in all the changes for people to test? Does that make any sense to you? But that's the logic of these fucking retards, right? And you talk about Thintelligence. Another great example of this is if you go back to when the game was first being, coming out, and I was exposing all these guys for what idiots they are, that they can't fucking see the bigger situation. A great example of this is even after the first footage. What was it? It was so many months after the first footage, people focused on, they changed the air dashing, and they couldn't see the bigger picture. And you could say, it's the guy with the... Should I call out all these motherfuckers? They were making the guy, his name starts with an N. I'm sure you guys seen this guy. It is absolutely retarded How many supposedly smart people are just that fucking stupid in the community, dude? You know, people are making videos dedicated to how amazing air dashing was going to be in the new Guilty Gear. Once again, it was a few months after the first footage, and they showed all this orange bubble. And you want to know who called that out right at the very beginning that no one else did? Of course, it was fucking me. I was like, you guys are focusing on talking about, oh, instant air dash mix-ups are going to be crazy. Look at this bubble. It's like, can you not see the bigger picture here? This does not change air dashing, dude. You are looking at the very wrong thing. This does not change the fundamental problem of the game. It doesn't matter if the air dash is technically faster or slower or whatever, because the orange bubble only comes out when you air dash forward. You are reacting to the orange bubble. You are not reacting to an air dash attack or anything anymore now. You are reacting to the bubble. I don't give a fuck how fast the air dash is. I don't give a fuck if it goes at a different angle, whatever, because you're not reacting to any of that. The orange bubble only happens in the game if you're doing an air dash, and nothing is fucking stopping you from jumping away then if you see that orange bubble. And guess what? A year and a half later, it was still fucking the same, and it took a year and a half for these people to finally admit it was fucking true. Thintelligent people, fucking retards that can't see the writing on the wall, they're too focused on stuff. You talk about video games are so fucking pre-planned nowadays too, right? You know what I mean? It's like they're already playing the game for you. They can't see the broader picture. When I talk about one of the reasons I'm able to instantly see a game, and it's why I've been able to do this year after year, game after game, it's because I've played a variety of games, and I can look at a game and I can relate it to another game in another instance, whatever it might be, because I actually have a wide variety of a base of generalized knowledge of how games work throughout the years, right? I'm not super focused on one thing. I can see an aspect of one game and I can relate it to another. It's why I've been able to do all these things all these years without ever playing a game. Boom, I can look at it and see exactly how it's going to work. You can see the writing on the wall. Again, it's amazing to me. Even what were they fucking doing for a year and a half? Can you imagine? I guess it was maybe like, hey, it's COVID, so Daisuke Shiwatari, whatever it is, you know, maybe they're testing the game and he's just like, hey, I'm not coming into the office today because of 6 feet. I'm not going to look over your desk and trying to see if you're playing the game, but I'm going to trust you that you've been playing this game for a year and a half. Here's your money. Like, what the fuck were you doing for a year and a half? And it's just ridiculous that people constantly make up excuses for these people. And of course, I do think there is a sort of, I've talked about many times how you need you need like actual strong ideas for something. You know, I said it's also bad. Not only is it too bad to beta test video games for too long because they don't marinate on their own, there's also the danger of giving too much weight to a person's opinion. You need a strong opinion of what you want the game to be. There's a little bit of give and take. You can be like, oh, well, what do you think about this? Does the audience like this? Does the audience not like this, right? So you want a little bit of that, but even when you see the developers say themselves, oh, we don't know exactly what we're going for. We don't know why you wouldn't break the wall, blah, blah, blah. And of course, you know what? I love seeing those fucking things. Again, was it like Alioun, whatever it was, fucking, you know, there's just so many people you could fucking call out for this shit. Like, oh yeah, the wall is bad. Oh, so now you guys agree Clayton was right after a year and a half. Go look at all my Reddit posts where all my stuff was being downvoted. Clayton didn't know anything he was talking about this game. Go look at all the posts that are downvoted. Clayton's an idiot. Clayton's only been right for 20 years without ever playing a game. Oh, they always come around, dude. It's because these guys aren't that fucking smart, dude. Thintelligent people that can only see a very specific thing and don't see the wider picture, the bigger consequence of everything. Again, that FD jump thing or the orange bubble jump thing, whatever, in air dash thing is such a great fucking example of this. They're focused on the air dash and not focused on this does not fucking change the quintessential, general, fundamental, whatever word you want to call it, problem of the game. You're focused on a new flashy object that does not change the way the game is played. It doesn't fucking change the main problem of the game. You're a fucking idiot, dude. You know, it's amazing people believe shills that these guys aren't fucking right ever. Are these guys ever fucking right that you see? I guess people fucking pay them, dude. It's ridiculous, dude. Fucking lemmings, dude. You know, and again, going back to, you need a strong developer to have a good core idea, and sometimes you need someone to tell you what you're doing is good. You know, the Dragon Ball FighterZ, I use that as an example of such a drop ball because it had a chance to do something different with You know, the whole idea of homing dash versus reflecting and fireballs, that tug of war, that kind of thing, right? And there should have been a developer, someone should have been on the team and should have been like, dude, that's your idea. Roll with that idea. That is the best idea you have for this game. Instead, they didn't. It's just like, it's in the game. But you could have made something new with that. Just like this wall. The wall could have been something different. And I've talked about how you could have done something different to make it a real different spin on a fighting game and put a new perspective on a video game. Because that's how you sell someone on a video game, by putting shit in your product that they cannot get in something else. You can only get it in Dragon Ball FighterZ. You can only get this in Guilty Gear Strive, whatever, right? So, anyway, again, it's just ridiculous. You see, you know, fucking lemmings and these Thintelligent people. You know, I just really wanted to say Thintelligent because I haven't heard that word in a while. I kind of like that word, and I haven't heard it in a while. But, you know, correlation doesn't equal causation. People can't see the bigger pictures of games. You know, these guys aren't that fucking smart, dude. You know, and I understand sometimes you just want to listen to someone's background noise. Sometimes people like that. You just listen to something's background noise. It's kind of in one ear, one out the other. But if you actually listen to what a lot of these dudes are saying, they're fucking retards. These guys don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The only reason they're popular is because they're fucking together. They can't fucking survive on their own, dude. A lot of these guys aren't that smart. I'm not fucking impressed. Sometimes I'll try to listen to someone's like, does this guy even know what the fuck he's talking about? It's like, no, he doesn't. It's just strength in numbers, I guess. They're just fucking lemmings, dude, trying to get fucking freebies. But it's like, these guys aren't actually having an intelligent conversation. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They just flip-flop their stories. I've said it before. I think this game has been so bad and so disappointing. You know what I mean? By the time this game already comes out, it's already Guilty Gear Strive XX, right? You know what I mean? It's already not the first version of the game. Fucking year and a half, almost 2 years old when the game comes out. It's ridiculous, but I've said before, this game is so fucking piss poor. I've actually thought that maybe the game is purposely bad, so when they release the final product of the game, it seems better. So that makes people excited. I've said that before. It's like, this game is so obviously flawed. Are they purposely making it this bad so when the final version of the game comes out, they're going to like, hey, here's our victory. We listened to you. And do you even want to listen to some of these motherfuckers? They're obviously not that fucking smart if it took them a year and a half to admit that I was right from day one fucking footage. So that's another thing. It's like, do you really want to listen to these guys that don't know what the fuck they're talking about? It's fucking pathetic, dude. It's really pathetic when I see it. When I try to listen to some people, you know, I try to give, you know, I'll throw someone a bone. Like, okay, what's going on in the FGC? Does this person know what he's talking about? It's like, why do people like these people? It's just background noise. They just accept, like, oh, I kind of like listening to, maybe I like this person's voice, but they obviously they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. If you actually listen to the shit they're saying. Let's be like, oh, let me do a 5-minute or 10-minute video talking about how great air dashing is. It's like, oh, this is so amazing. Wow, he really knows what he's talking about. Air dashing really does have an orange bubble. It's like, no shit. You couldn't tell it as an orange bubble? What are the actual consequences of this? Did he talk about that? Yeah, he talked about how air dashing, it has an orange bubble. Okay, what the fuck did he say? Did you actually see what it, like, are you thinking about it? No, of course you're not fucking thinking about it, dude. You don't deserve to be putting your input on this game if that's your fucking, if that's the extent of what you can talk about a video game, dude. So anyway, if you like these videos, like, sub, silly comments, you know, watch these other game theory videos again. It's just, oh God. And like I said, I knew there was going to be some lemming. I just knew there was going to be some lemming posting to like, oh, well, they didn't say that they're going to change everything in the beta. They're just testing this out. Oh, wow. Okay. Wait, what the fuck? So you delayed the game to do what then? Why is there this other beta test? You delayed the game to not actually beta test all the new stuff? Galaxy brain there, dude. What a fucking retard. I guess you want a fucking handout too. Show the game, dude. Christ, man. Oh, what a retard. Can you imagine like trying to brag about a company like, hey, they're giving us a new beta, but they're actually not gonna show us the new changes. They're just waiting for the final version of the game. Wait, what? So what the fuck are we testing? We're not testing the actual important shit in the game? Wait, what? Some new beta, dude. They have a couple fucking retards. Unbelievable, dude. Really. Anyway. I gotta make my dinner. I'm getting hungry. You know, I'm trying to think of some I'm trying to think of some more funny stuff for the FGC and NBC videos too. Like, go watch those videos, motherfuckers. In the end.